Well, students at Pioneer Valley Performing Arts walked out of the classroom today, calling on the school to fire a teacher over sexual misconduct allegations. The students who organized today's walkout say they want to see the teacher facing these allegations removed from their school.
These children are absolutely terrified of being in a classroom with this man.
On Monday, students at Pioneer Valley Performing Arts School in South Hadley staged a walkout in support of sexual misconduct allegations made by middle schoolers against one of the school's teachers.
We organized a walkout at PVPA. We are 3 high school seniors, and we organized this because we care about our community and we care about what happens to students here.
The standout was organized by 3 of the high school seniors students who say these allegations were brought up by both students and parents to school officials dating all the way back to October. After the initial allegations, the teacher was placed on a 6-week leave but has since returned to that classroom. Event organizer and PVPA high school senior Pfeiffer says that the teacher returned to the classroom after school leaders deemed that there was, quote, no evidence supporting the misconduct allegations.
There is evidence. Students coming up and speaking out about their experience is evidence.
They also tell us that at least 6 students have come forward about their uncomfortable experiences with the teacher being accused, and he believes more are still out there who have yet to speak out.
These kids are scared. I've seen multiple times. I've walked past the classroom that teacher has been teaching in, and the desks are huddled, and these students are huddled against the furthest wall away from this teacher.
Other student organizer Alicia Rick says standing up and standing out for her younger peers is a responsibility.
These children have had struggle with outside of school too, dealing with this as well. Just speaking publicly about it, and we just kind of wanted to be that voice for them, for support to believe them, and also for them to get their stories out there because they're not being heard by our school right now.
Well, the Pioneer Valley of Performing Arts School did provide us with a statement on today's standout. It reads in part, quote, PVPA is dedicated to thoroughly investigating all claims and allegations in line with established policies and procedures. In response to the allegations last October, PVPA immediately placed the teacher on leave and initiated an internal investigation. The review lasted 6 weeks and found no evidence of inappropriate behavior. Once the teacher returned, the school prioritized student safety and well-being by implementing ongoing monitoring in the classroom. Middle school counselors conducted check-ins and surveys with students, which yielded no concerns. To read the school's full statement on today's standout, you can head over to our website, westernmassnews.com.